such a huge disparity between coverage of Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. They're trying to find balance in the mainstream media, and it's driving me crazy. So does Hillary Clinton do things that are wrong and should be called out? Of course! There's some chance that between the primaries and the general election, there's no show that's called her out more than we have. So, for example, important, serious things like the Clinton Foundation. Now, having said that, now people are trying to say, well, Hillary Clinton said some things about Donald Trump supporters. Meanwhile, what about Donald Trump? No. It's not even. It's not even. Donald Trump lies nonstop. So Hillary Clinton isn't anywhere near that. In fact, PolitiFact at one point had Donald Trump's lies, the statements that they rated, 77% of the time he was lying. Unbelievable. So a small example of that today, that's why I'm doing this segment. So he's talking about how the refugees that we're taking in the country are unacceptable. He says, Obama is bringing them in at an unbelievable rate. Unbelievable. Yeah, it's unbelievably low. We let in 10,000 Syrian refugees. Countries like Germany have let in approximately 800,000 over the last 2 years, let alone the several million that Lebanon, Turkey have brought in. Australia is notoriously tough on refugees. They've let in more than us, and they're a much smaller country. So he's lying when he says we're bringing in huge amounts of Syrian refugees. Second of all, he says, Hillary Clinton's going to bring even more in, and you know what? They won't let the Christians in. Christians are not allowed. Guys, you know that's not true. Come on, just look it up. It's not remotely true. You think there's a rule in America that we won't take Christian refugees? We'll take Muslim refugees, but not Christian. Come on, nobody's that stupid. You can't possibly believe that. So the reality is, of course, there are less Christians in Syria and hence less Christian refugees, but we most certainly take Christian refugees. We're America, of course we do. So, but to me, the most interesting and obvious line was he says there, they're even coming across the border, and now they've got ISIS flags printed on their phones. Pause, think about that. What does it mean to have an ISIS flag printed on your phone? That doesn't mean anything. Okay, fine. Let's assume that he means they printed out something and put it on their cell phone, or it's their cell phone case. Really? There's ISIS flag cell phone cases? Come on! These are preposterous lies. You know that that's not true. There's not a single instance of anyone being caught crossing the border with any ISIS paraphernalia or an ISIS flag or an ISIS flag printed on their cell phones. Not remotely true. The guy's a notorious, repeated liar. And by the way, why does he do that? And why is this in the Loser Donald segment? Because the guy got used to lying because he had to cover up for all of his failures. The 6 bankruptcies, the Trump stakes, the Trump waters, the Trump airplanes. Those are not even the bankruptcies. The bankruptcies are the casinos and all the businesses he's run. So he has to constantly lie. He says, I'm a billionaire, I'm worth $10 billion. It's not remotely true. He applies for a loan from Deutsche Bank. You're like, knucklehead, you're not even close to worth $1 billion, let alone $10 billion. They said, why do you think you're a billionaire? He says, my personal feelings and my psychology. He wrote that in a deposition. The guy's a total moron. So he has to lie all the time because the truth does not help him. But I want you to think about this. If you're a Trump supporter, you think that he's lying to the liberals, he's lying to the mainstream media, he's lying to independents, but you're the one guy he's not lying to. In reality, you're his biggest mark. The more you support him, and this is backed up by every business dealing he's ever had. Go look into it, read into it. If you trust him, he's liable to take advantage of you the most. So anybody who gave a loan to him, later he says, it was such a big business savvy move, great savvy, tremendous move on my part to screw over the people who gave me loans. Because they were stupid enough to trust me, so of course I lied to them and reneged on all my deals. And that's what he's going to do to you. The people he's lying to most are the conservatives who believe him. So, don't say you weren't warned. That's this guy's history, and you've been warned. He does it every single day, over and over again. And that's the reality.